All right, I'm super excited to say this truck is finally done. This is a 1969 F250 Crew Cab. It is a 69,000 original mile truck. Here's a series of videos strung together to basically walk you through the truck. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Here's the overall walk around of this beautiful 1969 Ford F250. This truck we purchased about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was in its original condition. This truck had 69,000 original miles on the odometer. We verified that because when we rebuilt the engine, the measurement of all the bore, the condition of the cylinders, the factory Ford bearings on both the rods and the mains, the fact that it had the original Ford radiator hose on it, all this stuff confirmed that these are original miles on this truck. So this is one of about 1,900 F250 short bed crew cabs made in 1969. It's a special paint code truck, meaning there was no official designated paint code from Ford. We believe it's a holly green, but there's really no way to tell. It's kind of unique feature of some of these trucks is they were built for corporations or companies or whatever the case was, and those companies could pick from any color or even a custom color. This truck did have some cancerous rust when we bought it, specifically in a couple of the door corners, I believe a little bit in the bed. The bottom of the tailgate was completely roasted, and so we replaced that and fixed the metal. And then what we did was we color matched and blended in the paint so we were able to keep the beautiful sunburnt patina that you see everywhere else. My goal for this truck was to keep that patina, keep that originality, because I like it. I think it's amazing. You can look here on the cowl on both sides. It has the original dealership sticker, which is pretty neat, sunburnt into the cowling of the truck. So my vision and goal in this truck was to put it back to day one, how it would have rolled off the factory floor, mechanically speaking and interior wise. And I think we did a pretty fantastic job. I believe that we did a really fantastic job at saving the patina and making this a reliable driver that has the character of a truck from 1969. That was my goal on this truck, and we painstakingly went through and meticulously did the paint and body work with that vision in mind. Pardon some of my camera stuff up there, but as you can see, the bed has been used as a bed, but is fairly clean as far as rust goes. There is no cancerous rust on the drip rails, which typically happen. So these are all very clean, very dry. The roof itself is sunburnt to perfection with the patina. We had the windshield out and the rear windows. In fact, we had the whole cab completely disassembled. And the only rot that we found in the typical spots in there was some small spots on the two front floorboards and the cab mounts, both of which were repaired professionally. And you'll hopefully be able to see some of that stuff when I put this on the lift and I have the lift video. You'll be able to see the repair jobs there. But all in all, this was a pretty clean truck to start with, and we did the necessary work to get it back to where we were comfortable doing minor body work and paint matching and letting that patina shine through. We did put a satin or a matte clear on this to protect the patina, and it helped in the blending process as well. But from a functional standpoint, this thing, all the drivetrain's been gone through, so I encourage you to watch the mechanical video on this truck in the series of videos. But as you can see, all new window glass, all new windshields. When all this stuff was out, there wasn't an ounce of rust in there. Typically these trucks, they rot out up here or down below. There was none of that, which is really nice. So hopefully these videos, you watch them and get a really good idea for what this truck is. Here at Classic Crew Cabs, my goal in doing these videos and doing all the pictures is to show you guys everything. We want to tell the story of where this truck has been, what we've done with the truck, so there's absolutely no surprises. You can tell on this truck, there are some dings and, you know, it's been used as a truck. I think all of it for this particular truck adds to the character of it. The rear doors, because there's a little bit of damage here, they don't shut quite all the way, but they do function very well. I'll go around and show you the other one as well. We've tried to align them. We've tried to do a bunch of stuff to them, and this is as best we can get them. And I think it's just because, you know, they've been hit over the years, but they're all really, really nice condition. There's absolutely zero rot left in this thing. And anything we did, I'm pretty happy with it. Here's the interior overview on this 1969 F250 short bed crew cab. We had all of the interior out of this thing. We used the original seats that were in the truck, and we had them reupholstered by Gem State Auto or Gem State Upholstery here in Nampa, and we use SMS material. It's not cheap, but it is what the factory, or it mimics the factory pattern, and it's really high-end material. And what Gem State does for us is custom make the covers. These are not out of the box, slap them on covers. These are all custom cut and sewn by him. All new burlap, all new foam. They fit like a glove. The ones that you get out of the box, they tend to have wrinkles in them. They tend to have loose spots in them. These are very tight, very comfortable, very high-end seats. So I'm very happy with those. We went ahead and put new carpet in. We have a black dash cap on here that caps over the original dash board or dash pad. We custom make these headliners, and we went ahead and installed one in here to finish off the interior. The steering wheel is in near mint condition with minor cracks in here. Very, very awesome to see that. The heater works. We replaced the heater core. You know, of course, the boot here. Seat belts are all the original seat belts. They all function well. We've cleaned them up and they're good to go. The only thing is really aftermarket here are the armrests, just because finding original armrests, specifically driver's side, are hard to find. So these are the, you know, the versions that you can get aftermarket. When we did the interior, all of the window felts, all of the door seals were all replaced. That's standard what we do here before we install interior. And if we're painting a truck, all that stuff comes off. You got to replace all that stuff. So all the anti-rattler kits have been done. As I mentioned in a previous video, all of the window glass, front and rear gaskets have been changed, and it's brand new windshield up front. Everything has been addressed from a wiring perspective. All the gauges, blinkers, everything works in this truck the way it should. We installed a Bluetooth radio by Retro Sound, and it has a single two-way speaker up front. I like them. They're loud enough. They're not going to annoy the neighbors, but they're loud enough for driving in an old truck, and they add a little creature comfort, just being able to connect to your phone and cruise to some tunes. I really like them. I'm extremely pleased with the way this interior came out. I think it's just, you can get in this truck and it just feels like a 1969 F250. Everything is in really, really great shape. We did replace the glass on here, so that's brand new glass, but everything is in really, really nice shape. Again, all original paint inside the cab, which I think just finishes off the exterior patina. You've got, you know, your elbow wear marks from over the years. Just helps tell the story of this truck. Go around to the passenger side real quick. All of the windows and doors operate like they should, very, very smoothly. Go up, go down. Everything, when we had these doors open, when we had everything off there, we disassembled them, we lubed everything, put it back together so the door mechanisms work the way they should, the locks work the way they should. We have matching keys for the ignition and the doors, which is really nice. A lot of times you get them and they're not matched up. So everything just operates the way it should. And that's the goal here at Classic Crew Cabs, is when we auction off a truck that we've gone through, to make sure all systems have been gone through, that you're gonna be able to get in and enjoy this thing, make memories with your family. That's our goal, because that's what I like doing with these trucks. Let's go over the mechanics of this 1969 Ford F250 Crew Cab. This came to us with 69,000 original miles. We know that because when we tore it down, the cylinder walls looked really good. The bearings were the original Ford bearings for the main and the rod bearings. If you look at the pictures in the upload, you'll see pictures of those. That is all indications that this was an original mileage truck, which is really, really neat to find. This particular motor is the original motor. It retains its original data tag here. And one of the neat things we did to this engine was convert the oil bath air cleaner into just a filament style air cleaner. And so we took the original housing and we went ahead and cut out the oil stuff, and we just put a regular filament in there because it's a lot easier to maintain, but we keep the factory look, which is really nice. All of the factory air risers, heat risers, and all that stuff have been used as well, just to maintain the originality, which I really, really like. So the original carburetor is here with the original data plate for the carburetor, indicating everything is original. Everything's original. When we rebuilt the motor, the cylinder walls looked great, and when we bore mic'd them, everything was intolerant, so we didn't even need to bore this motor out. It got rehoned, and then we put brand new standard size pistons in there. If you look at the upload, you'll see those. But this was all professionally machined by our machine shop here that we use. When we reassemble the motor, everything's new when we reassemble. So it had new oil pump, new water pump, new fuel pump, all that stuff gets changed out. I did leave the original alternator in place because it still charges. And again, I think it's really cool to have the original Autolite stuff in place. So we left it. All of the brakes on this truck have been gone through. Everything's brand new. As far as master cylinders, brand new. All your wheel cylinders are brand new. All your hardware is brand new. Bearings, seals, everything in the front end and the rear end have been addressed. All soft lines have been replaced. Of course, any hard lines that needed to get replaced, we replaced those. The transmission in this truck only had 69,000 original miles. We took it apart, resealed everything, and I have a picture in the upload of like original paint marks inside the gears. So we didn't rebuild it. It didn't need rebuilding. It functions absolutely amazing. It's a new process 435 transmission. So we resealed it all. The rear end got all resealed. Anything that needs sealing got done in this. The drive lines are brand new, balanced, new U-joints, everything, new carrier brake, everything's been addressed on this truck. Everything works as it should. Brand new Napa Legends battery, brand new horn relay, brand new start. I mean, everything's functioning the way it should on this truck. Our goal here, again, is to provide you guys with a truck that you don't have to take to the shop and spend thousands of dollars on after you buy it from us. I hear that story far too often, where someone buys a truck from somebody online and they've got to spend $20,000 or $30,000 doing a mechanical restoration on it because it just wasn't done right. So we want to avoid that. Our name's on the line with every truck we put out there, and that's my goal. Topped off with everything we've done in the motor, we have all new exhaust system, so it's 2.5 inch out to a MagnaFlow muffler. Sounds really, really good. And then we have the 16-inch wheels with factory patinaed hubcaps on there, which is really neat. All of the lights work, brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights, all the lights up front. So you got the headlights, the high beams work, and the turn signals and running lights up front also work. So this truck, we did a mechanical restoration on it and saved all the original patina So it's got a brand new 360 that was rebuilt by our machine shop here locally. So everything's been done to that. All new components on it, you know, new water pump, fuel pump, whatnot. But our goal of this truck was to go back to how it was day one when it left the factory in 1969, and I think we accomplished that. All the brakes are brand new. They are four-wheel drum, but they're brand new. It brakes really great. It's got manual steering, steers really great. All the steering components have been addressed, looked at, you know, made sure they were operating the way they should. They are. The transmission has all been resealed and serviced, of course. And when we were in the transmission, we noticed that the transmission gears even had all their original markings. So that's just another really good sign that this truck is a 69,000 original mile truck. If you look in the pictures, you can probably see one of the pictures that we took of the gears. The rear end's been completely gone through, all seals throughout, new driveline. The thing just drives really, really smooth, and you're going to get a lot of life out of this truck because everything has been addressed, gone through, and, you know, repaired or replaced. So really enjoyable truck to drive. Put around 200 to 300 miles on the motor since new, so it is still being broken in.